Hi, what's your name, please?
Danielle Dominguez.
Okay. Miss Dominguez, let me find your paperwork here. I have your mailing address. I don't have one. Did you meet with her, Mr. Hawthorne?
Yes, I did. Your Honor, Ms. Dominguez is currently living out of her car. There's a PPO order preventing her from going to the 903 Pearl address in Ypsilanti.
Okay, so we don't have any contact information for her. Is
Nothing but the email, yes.
I don't have your form. Where did you send them? Maybe they didn't get printed.
I did send them. I could submit the email in the chat right now to be quick.
Don't worry about it. Just send it. Who'd you send them to? Paul?
Yes.
Okay, he's off today.
Okay.
So I need you to just send all that to me.
Okay, I'll do that now.
Okay, so we can't use the Pearl Street, no phone number. We just have the email. That's fine. Is it okay with you, Ms. Dominguez, if the court uses your email to have contact with you? Is it okay with you if the court uses your email?
Yes. That's the only correspondence I am having with the court in my current custody case and PPO case.
Okay,
Case.
all right, thank you. State of Michigan versus Danielle Dominguez, 222-0430. I have received a petition requesting a court-appointed lawyer. I will sign that. You may proceed when you're ready, Mr. Hawthorne.
Thank you, Your Honor. Calvin Hawthorne, requesting permission to appear before the court on behalf of Ms. Dominguez, under Michigan Court Rule 8.120 with supervision of Assistant Public Defender Silvana Reed.
Yes, granted. Thank you.
Well, we had a chance to review the complaint, so we'll wait for the charges and stay in mute.
Okay. You may address bond when you're ready.
All right. We're asking the court for a personal bond. In reviewing Ms. Dominguez's records, I did not see any prior criminal offenses. And there's also nothing else holding her in custody.
Okay.
So we'd ask the court for a personal bond.
So is this a violation of the PPO? I don't know when the PPO was issued. Do we know? It looks like it might be a violation, but.
Yes, I have a hearing on the 12th. I just received an email yesterday or the day before from his lawyers saying that they want to put me in contempt of court for this because I just had a hearing last week.
And it looks like the PPO is out on the 22nd.
Right. Okay.
It does look like, I mean, it'll be a violation.
Yeah.
Not showing any holds with it.
Right. She said that's already been scheduled somehow.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Miss Anderi.
Thank you, Your Honor. Elizabeth Andrew on behalf of the people. Looking in Odyssey right now, it looks like it is set for a motion hearing, a show cause motion hearing on October 12th of 2022. It was in place prior to this event.
Okay, thank you. All right, I'll give you a personal bond today. You really can't go to that address. I understand that that's causing a hardship for you because that's where you
Yes, I own that home. That's why it's causing a hardship for me, ma'am. That's where my children live. I decided to purchase that home with him.
Ms. Dominguez,
I'm just asking, I just don't understand why everybody keeps telling me that I can't go to my own home address, that he owns it. Like, I don't understand. Like, I didn't pay the mortgage for many years, that my credit score isn't on there, and that I don't own that or have rights to the equity out of my home.
No one is telling you that.
Then what am I supposed to do about my personal things and my children? If I can't even go to my home or communicate with this man about selling our house and sharing custody of our children and me getting my personal things.
Okay, you have a
police
are you-
officer when I go through all of the right channels and go and take my time to go get my personal things, he says no, he's scared of me and won't let me in the house to get my personal things.
okay.
When they
And-
arrested me for the first
Okay.
violation of the PPO to get my house plans.
I can't tell you anything or answer your questions if you keep talking.
Okay, go ahead.
So you can contact the City of Ypsilanti Police Department to go with you to get your belongings.
But I've done multiple times. I requested, there's 16 records of police calls to the home since December of last year. Or since October of last year. I was the one who initiated calling the Ypsilanti police
That's
for
not what we're talking about, all right?
the home. But now I have a PPO out against me and my own home.
I'm going to, all right. It looks like
I'm just asking, and nobody's
I'm
explaining.
trying to answer. But if you're not gonna listen to me,
I am
then I
listening.
can't answer your questions. Okay, so I thought what you asked was, how are you supposed to go and get your personal belongings? Did you ask me
I've
that?
already been told how to do that, and I've already been doing that, but he is refusing to let me get my personal belongings. That is what
Are you there with the police?
Correct, yes. This was before I went prior to this. This is why I went through or did this, violated the PPO because I tried to go get my things already and he denied.
And
me
the
to-
police were with you when you went to your house?
Yeah, I called the police. I didn't even go near the
No,
residence.
that's
I called
different.
the
That's
police.
different.
The police called and told me that I could meet them there and he still refused to let me get my things.
Okay,
That was just prior to this incident.
all right. So,
And that was the same day I called to request all the police records to send to my attorney.
are you in the middle of a divorce proceeding?
We were not married. I am single. I was claiming my children. We split the house and the bills 50-50. We were engaged to be married. He claimed the home. I claimed my children. All the bills were in my name. In October of last year, I said, I no longer want to be in a relationship with you. I want to separate amicably in text message. In September, he threatened suicide and left the house. I had to call my mother. I called his
Okay,
mother.
stop.
I wanted to separate peacefully. Yeah. And they took my.
Stop. Okay, I am going to send, are you Shakita James?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm gonna send Miss James and Miss Reed to a breakout room because obviously what I'm doing right now is gonna take a while. All right, so let me do that. I'm gonna send you to a breakout room with a public defender so you can have a private conversation, okay? No, don't touch anything. Don't
Okay.
touch anything.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, now other people went to rooms. I didn't want that. Okay, everybody went to, God bless America.
She said, don't touch anything.
Okay.
I'm not sending her to a room. Okay,
All
I'm sorry, everybody accepted. I did not want you to do that. I only want Sylvana and Miss James to go. I'm doing the Zoom by myself, so, okay. Let's try again with Miss Dominguez.
Okay.
All right, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to send everybody to rooms. So I'm doing the Zoom by myself, so don't accept if it happens again. They're gonna get kicked out in 10 seconds.
No, not to my knowledge.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I had to close the breakout rooms because I sent everybody and that's not what I meant to do. I only wanted to send the two of you and I don't know how to do that. So everybody's going to get an invitation. Only Sylvana and Miss James should accept. The rest of you ignore it, or I think you have to click on not now or something like that. Okay? Thank you.
No.
Okay, that looks better. All right, back to Miss Dominguez. So I'll give you a personal recognizance bond, but I am ordering you not to go to the address on Pearl Street. I understand what you're saying, that this is a home that you own, but once a person is charged as you are in this kind of situation, the so I think, Miss Anderi, that there may be a question about count one, whether he actually owns that building. Just something for your office to double check on. It doesn't change what we need to do today because the count two is about his personal property.
I understand. I mean, it sounds like they weren't actually married, so it wouldn't actually be marital property, but I think
Exactly.
outlined in there and.
Yeah, so it's,
And there actually may be an issue with the value being too low because the allegation is that she picked up a rock and shattered the entire, like the front window by throwing it through it. But
but if it's her window,
that's what we have.
that count doesn't necessarily belong there anyway, but we don't have to solve that for today.
Yep, understood.
But that's just something for your office, Mr. Hawthorne, in your office, Miss Anderi, to just follow up on whether that count is appropriate or not. Okay, so the reason that I'm ordering you not to go to that address is because right now, Mr. Wolpinski has been living there until recently. He's been living there with your permission. And so he is a resident. Yes, he has. I understand that you don't want him there now, but he
It was
has,
not under my permission ever. He got the PPO out against me.
you were living there, it's for some period of time together, correct?
Correct. We purchased the home together. We have our children there.
Okay, so if
He
he,
put
if
out
he
emergency
owns the
custody orders
home,
against me. He does not
If
own the
he-
home. I'm on the title of the home as well. The mortgage was coming out of my bank
okay,
account.
I'm not gonna be able to
I'm
arraign
just
you
explaining
if
to
you
you.
cannot shut up. I don't want you to explain it to me. All right, I'm explaining something to you. If he owns the home in any way, then he has a right to be there.
And what about me?
You also have a right to be there, but not while you are under court orders telling you not to have contact with him and not to be there. It doesn't change your ownership to the home, and it doesn't change what ultimately may work out with the home. But for now, while you are subject to the jurisdiction of this court, you cannot be at that address. And this is not specific to, or it is specific to your case, but it's not just your case. Everyone that is charged like you are has this kind of restriction. This is ordinary. And while I understand that in your life, it's extraordinary and upsetting from a court perspective, this is how these cases are handled. I'll have you stand mute, want or not guilty plea like Mr. Hawthorne suggested. You have a personal bond. Your court date for this case will be on October 13th. That will be in person at 9 a.m. Why does it say, yeah, that's in person. Okay, the rest of your conditions are you not to have any contact with Mr. Wolpolski. No contact means you can't initiate contact with him. You can't reply.
I haven't in months. That was the last time that I had been to that home without police or doing.
All right.
going
If
proper
you
channels.
interrupt me one more time, I'm going to stop the arraignment and you can sit in jail until Monday, and we'll finish this on Monday. While you are on bond, you are not to have any contact with James Wolpolski. No contact means you cannot initiate contact with him. You can't reply if he tries to contact you. You cannot use social media or another person to have contact with him. You cannot text him, call him, email him. You can't use FaceTime, Snapchat, none of that stuff to have contact with him. It literally means no contact. Okay, now I understand that you may have some legal situations where you have to be in the same space or on the same Zoom call. Those are exceptions to this no contact. It is permitted for you to go to court or appear by Zoom in a hearing that he's on, for if you are ordered to be there for legal purposes. No alcohol, marijuana, or illegal drugs while you're on bond. No purchase or possession of firearms, weapons, or ammunition. Do not leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. No criminal behavior. No assaultive behavior. Okay, I think we're all done. When you're ready, you can stand up and the corrections officers will let you out.
Thank you.